Konnichiwa, Mini-san.
Welcome, folks. Welcome to the Fammies 2024, the last Famicast of 2024. This is the award show that you've all been waiting for. I'm your host, Danny, and today, right now, I'm joined by JC.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the family season, of course. What an intro, by the way, Danny. Well done. Good job. Gets better every year.
Yeah, I mean, the boys, working with the choreographing there and stuff like that. It took a lot of time, many months, but we got it
Very
down.
impressive.
We got to,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And I'm just glad Reggie's finally getting taken down.
Yeah, or is he? You know,
Yeah.
there is a whole backstory with this. It was going to be a lot longer, where it's like this buddy cop type of thing. But you know, we'll just have to keep it here for now.
Yeah, audio listeners have absolutely no idea what we're talking about. You have to watch the video intro. Trust me on this one.
Yeah.
If you do it once a year, this is the one.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, Ty will be joining us here a little bit shortly, but let's just go ahead and get right into the meat and potatoes of this thing with the first award. So we're going to call back out. Oh, yes. We're going to call back out the dancers, and then we'll be right back. All right. Thank you, ladies. I know they worked really hard for this. I appreciate that. So right now we're going to go ahead and move on to our top 5 most played games of the year. We're doing something a little bit different this year. Usually in the past, we just kind of kept it to games that were released like in the calendar year that we're doing the Fammies. But like, I mean, hey man, I get it. This year it's, you know,
well, there's two reasons. One, it's the arse end of the Switch's life. Whatever, when 12th year it's been out. I don't know how many years it's been out, but you know, not so many big releases, not so many big games. It's kind of a slump, and also Ty only plays one game. But, two reasons.
Sure. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I know a lot of people are kind of bummed because like there wasn't like there were big releases this year, but there wasn't something, at least on the Switch, in the vein of like, Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, that's kind of hard to do.
If we're a PlayStation podcast, we might have more things to talk about, but yeah, hey.
Sure. And I mean, and this is also open to not just only Nintendo things, but I think some of you guys also put out there, all my stuff is like, even though I have PS5 and, Xbox, all my most played stuff is on Nintendo. But before we get into ours, I wanted to go ahead and share the top 5 of a few of our patrons who participated with the nominations for the show and like all that type of stuff. Thank you guys so much for that.
After all, Danny, they're the guys that make this all possible.
Basically, yes, that's right. Well, just to get into that here, kicking things off with our good pal Lemonade, his top played games of the year. We'll just kind of list them all off here. His number 5 was Chibi Robo Park Patrol, which you put 15 hours in. I'm thinking Chibi Robo
Park 3DS game?
Maybe? I'm trying to remember the names. There's not very many of them, and I know that hasn't come out here recently, but that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, 15 hours on that for him. Then another code, Recollection, the game that came out earlier this year, remake of the DS game. That was his number 4 with 17 hours.
Is it
After that,
recollection or recollection? I don't know.
good point, actually. I always literally just like read it. I don't think I've ever actually heard anybody say
Why
it.
not the both, huh?
Could be. Yeah, then after that, a game called Vampire with PYR at the end. I think I know that one. 19 hours. His number 2 of the year was Xenoblade 2 Torna, 23 hours. And his number 1 was Renatus at 28 hours. So,
wow. A lot of JRPGs, I guess.
yeah. I know Lemonade likes that kind of stuff. And
Yep.
Cool. So thank you for that, Lemonade.
Am I doing Russ?
Yep. Oh, yeah, please.
Not like that, Russ.
Yeah,
Don't get too excited.
Sorry.
So Russ's top 5. Number 5 is the DK Land trilogy, the Game Boy games on Switch. He's done 10 hours across all 3 games. Number 4, World of Goo 2. That's 20 plus hours. He played it on Switch.
Damn. Okay.
Mario Rabbids. I don't know if that was the first or second one. You just put Mario Rabbids.
Be on the Wii.
25 hours.
Yeah.
The Callisto Protocol on Xbox Series X or S, 25 plus hours. And Resident Evil 4 Remake was his most played game of this year, 40 plus hours. Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah, on Xbox, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that one looks really cool. I'd like to get around to playing that one day.
Yeah. Well,
not on
get
the
it
cloud.
You get on the cloud. You can also get it on the iPhone.
Next.
Yep. Coming up after that is our good buddy James Allen. He had a top 4, and his 4th game was Tetris 99. That came in at just a little over 5 hours. A lot of 6 different events this year, so I can understand that. After that, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, probably picking up a little bit from 2023. He put 10 hours into that this year. Then his number 2 was Nintendo World Championships NES Edition at 15 hours. And his number 1 was Tears of the Kingdom, coming in at 60 hours.
Yeah, I think he said he didn't get around to buying it last year. Maybe he got it this year again. So
yeah,
fair enough. Lemonade just said in the chat that Chibi Robo was DS.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
All right then. And then Balls just got a top 2. So his number 2 is Stumble Guys, which he played for 2 hours. I believe that was a game night game.
Yeah, Russ' suggestion. It was a fun one.
Yep, and his most played game is Nintendo World Championships. He played for 15 hours. I think Balls is playing by the old rules, where it's like only that came out this year. So yeah, fair play to him. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah,
I'm sure he played a whole bunch of NES and that kind of retro stuff.
Yeah, I know he did. I know he played a lot of Earthbound Beginnings this year, and I think Mario Picross on the Super Nintendo thing. So
yeah, and they didn't. I mean, of course they came out ages ago, but I mean, they didn't come out this year on Switch, did they?
Yeah,
so,
maybe the year before. So it's fine.
It's all good, baby.
Different year this year for this stuff. So
that's right.
Well, cool. Well, again, thank you guys for submitting that, and again, too, thank you, fellas, for participating with the whole nominations and all that type of stuff too. We do appreciate it. And
Patron Games of the Year,
kind of. Just to catch up on the chat, just a little bit here. Russ gives us a good luck, and Balls popped in here too very shortly to say, "Hey, just popping in to say have a great Fammies, great intro, by the way. Thank you very much."
I think Russ was good luck. I think that was a Star Fox reference.
There it is.
It's okay, Russ. I play Nintendo games. If Danny
I don't anymore. It's fine. Just strictly iPhone and PlayStation these days.
Right.
So, well, I guess with that, we're still kind of waiting for Ty to get in. James and I could kind of get into our top 5s of the year, maybe starting at number 5.
Ty's still trying to get through security, so it could be a while. We're quite strict this year because last year Danny got slapped on stage, and that was a big deal.
Well, I mean, you did it, so I mean,
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
and with good cars.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, James, what is your 5th most played game of 2024?
Yeah, so I actually initially thought I wouldn't have 5 2024 games, but Danny said we can be a little bit more lenient, so old games that were re-released this year as well also count. So I actually managed to struggle to a top 5, but I did get there. So my number 5 is Super Mario Land, which came out in May this year.
Nice.
And just played that for just under an hour. But that's all it takes because, I grew up with that game. So, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it doesn't take me more than an hour to complete that game.
So even if you didn't grow up with it, it might take you an hour and a half tops. It's fun, but yeah, it's very short.
Number 4 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate, which came out in July this year on the Switch. I played that for 3 hours. But I kind of Ty Sugar did it by the fact that I didn't play it on Switch, but I played it on Apple Arcade. But I played it with a Switch controller on my TV, and my Switch was right there. So I'm counting that as a Switch game. And it looks exactly the same on Switch anyway.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Outer Wilds. This came out at the arse end of last year. So we didn't talk about it in the Fammies last year. So I'm hoping Danny's going to let me count this one as this year game. It's right at the end. So yeah, Fammies had already passed. I was actually really looking forward to this game for a long time, and got it as soon as it came out on Switch. But yeah, Fammies was already done. So I thought, I'll save that. I'll talk about that next year, and that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I played that for 4 hours. So number 2, now we're getting into retro stuff, and God bless Nintendo for adding the down to the minute playtime for that, because I played Banjo-Tooie, which came out on my birthday, for 5 hours and 25 minutes exactly, which is kind of amazing. But my most played game of this year which came out this year, was Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, which I've just completed, and it came out in June this year, and I played it for 30 hours.
September.
September, was it? Okay.
Yep.
My bad. So, yes, last year my most played game was Tears of the Kingdom, which I played for 195 hours.
Yeah.
Which is, that was quite easy to do because the first 130 hours are just the tutorial.
Yeah.
But, if we're allowing old games, then my actual number 1 game is, of course, Splatoon 3. Partially thanks to the new DLC that came out this year. So you give me a pass for that one. That was a that was a 2024 release, right?
Yeah, sure.
Side Order. Let's put Side Order as my most played game of 2024. But I actually played Splatoon 3 for 130 hours this year.
Yeah, I
don't think 130 was Side Order. I think probably 30 was Side Order. I played it a lot.
Yeah. It seemed like every time I saw you online on the Switch, you were always playing Splatoon, or I would just see that was the last game you played, and it was just the hours just seemed like they just went up every single time I checked your profile.
Yeah. So yeah, it was cool that that was a 2-part DLC. Like the first part came out last year,
sure,
which was not much of a muchness, just kind of a visual update basically. But this big update was really substantial. I really liked it. So yeah, that's my top 5 of 2024.
Cool.
Fudged it a little bit, but let me off with that one.
Yeah, get there. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess moving on to me, my top 5. So I started off. Well, I had a lot of games that are actually really close, like within maybe a couple of hours with each other, especially towards this point. A lot of games I played over 10 hours ish. But then there were a couple that I played for just around this amount. And my number 5 game of the year in terms of time played is Star Wars Dark Forces Remaster with 14 hours. That one came out in February. Fun as hell. And really, really good one. Glad they redid that.
Nice.
Yeah, then right after that, my number 4 was actually kind of back with the Nintendo Switch Online stuff. Mario Tennis on the Nintendo Switch Online Game Boy app. For 14 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and that came out in March, at the same time that Super Mario Land did as well, like on Mario Day earlier this year. So,
Ma 10, yeah,
right, exactly.
Ma 10 Day.
Yes. And then after that, Shin-Chan Shiro in the Coal Town, a game I got for review back in October. I played that for 20-ish hours or something like that, maybe a little bit more, which was really good, really fun game. Yeah, then after that, my second most played game of the year was Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. 20 hours on that one. Yeah, a lot of like cool little competitions and stuff like that they would have weekly that you can go through and play. So that was always kind of fun to do. And yeah, my number one game of the year, I didn't even realize I played it this much. And most of this comes in like 1 month. This is Star Wars Hunters, the free-to-play like shooter slash like what that game that came out like on mobile and Switch back in the summer. So
if you're playing the Famicast drinking game, and every time Danny says Star Wars or baseball,
yeah.
I mean, you're already dead. So
yeah. So 2 Star Wars games in the top 5 in terms of hours played. But yeah,
nice. That's cool. I mean, yeah, a new Star Wars game came out. I mean, I thought it looked cool. I did play that one for maybe an hour or so.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah.
Like it was fine. Like I played that the first month, it was, kind of new and fresh. And then with free to play games, it seems like I think I took a month off and I went back, and it just seems like the level of skill of everybody just like jumps so much higher, especially if you've just been out for a while. New different moves and just different ways to play that you just didn't know, different levels, all sorts of stuff. So yeah,
as is tradition.
right.
So of your top 5, Danny, I did play Dark Forces back in the day.
Cool.
I didn't play it on Switch. I played a little bit of Mario Tennis on the app. I watched your Shin-chan videos on the YouTube channel, and they were great. It looks really cool. But I haven't played it. Nintendo World Championship. I mean, our patrons were really into it. I mean, our Discord was just buzzing with Nintendo World Championship chat for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of nice to have that, kind of community kind of around that game. Not only our Discord, but I mean in general. And it looked really cool. I mean, I'm not an NES guy, so I don't really have the nostalgia, and also I'm British, so we have zero nostalgia for the actual World Championship, right? As we've discussed, yeah. So yeah, how about my games, Danny? Did you play any of my games?
I mean, yeah, Super Mario Land. I don't remember if I played that this year. I might have like just dove in just a little bit, just to kind of refresh myself or something like that. Yeah. I like that game. It's really interesting
3DS, right? Back in the day
on 3DS. I think I did play it like on the Switch too, just at least briefly, maybe. But I thought it was just interesting, like an early Game Boy game, kind of like what Nintendo would do. And then you compare that to Super Mario Land 2, it's night and day. It's pretty crazy.
It is. It is.
But yeah, other than that, I didn't play Turtles. I didn't play Outer Wilds. I didn't really play. So Zelda. Yes, I did.
That's the one. I'm really surprised yours is not even in your top 5. It's like, whoa.
Man. So like with that, because I picked it up a couple of days after launch, maybe like the Monday after it launched. Like the game released during Tokyo Game Show, so I was busy doing a bunch of shit for that, and then I think right for that we had the podcast, and then I just then I'd be working on other things, the Shin-chan review, baseball review, and it
just got lost in the shuffle after that.
So I want to play more. I think right now I'm only at about 3 hours or so I'm still very early, but
and N64 stuff, Banjo-Tooie.
I still haven't played Banjo-Tooie yet, man. Like I want to try that. I think I'm for Banjo-Kazooie. I think I'm just at the last boss, and I just haven't.
Oh, really?
Yet. Yeah,
on the Xbox or Switch?
In INSO, the Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, nice, with the actual controller.
Yeah,
nice. Cool.
But that's going on like 2 years ago, so I just need to get back.
I can't remember if I mentioned Banjo-Kazooie last year, because I played that a lot. Probably maybe even more than Banjo-Tooie that I played this year. Pretty far. Yeah, because I know that game more. Yeah, I mean, I've completed it, at least once back in the day, so I do know that game pretty well. But Banjo-Tooie, it's weird because it's like a brand new game for me. Familiar yet, yes.
Yeah. Just to catch up on a couple of comments here too. Hi Tiny's here too, and he did make a comment about you and your top list. He said, I dare you if it's not Splatoon. Like it's like, yeah, we know, man.
Yeah,
we know how it goes.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
But,
Lemonade 2.
officially, it's only been my number one game once, right?
Awesome.
Actually, no, it's Splatoon 2 and 3 have both come out since we started doing the Fammies, right?
Yep.
So yeah. And I think I fudged it one year and put like, I don't know what I did. Like the top 3 were just different elements of Splatoon 3. I think I remember doing something like that.
Damn. Huh.
Salmon Run, Turf War, ranked, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely got your money's worth. And speak of the devil, he shall appear.
So we're up to Mr. Ty.
What's good?
Ty.
Hey, good timing. We're up to your top 5.
Nice. Oh, is it my turn already?
It's your turn, bud.
Yeah, we've been like killing time waiting for you.
Oh shit. Okay.
Good.
So top 5 games I played this year.
Of the year.
So I would have one more minute to double check, but whatever. Starting from number 5, Civilization 6. Asterisk probably. I didn't like compare my hours with like last year and do the math, but it was a lot. And
Sure.
time really flies when you play that game.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you know about the just one more turn effect, where like you're managing a bunch of things at once, and then you're like, okay, I'll do it on the next turn, and then you look up and it's like 5 a.m. You're like, oh, it happened again.
Yeah, I think we've all been there with one game or another at some point in our lives. Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of think the Civ 6 effect, or the Civilization effect in general, is very unique. In that you're always thinking, what's the harm in one more turn?
Yeah.
And then like each turn gets longer and longer as your civilization gets bigger and more complicated.
Right.
But yeah, I love this game. It's been on sale on Switch for like $3 like numerous times this year, so you may as well get it.
Yeah.
You know
and
what
Civ
I mean?
7 just got announced at the Game Awards, right?
It was announced a while back, but
really?
I think they dropped like a new trailer or something, or some new footage.
Right on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been getting drip fed details on it for quite a while. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope I can get all the achievements before Civ 7 comes out.
Right. Okay. Cool. What do you got at number 4, Ty?
Project Zomboid.
Yes.
I think I was playing it last year a lot too. This game it's really addictive, and it's a nice game to kind of just chill with.
Mm-hmm.
It's a survival game. You can kind of play any way you want. Generally, you build a base, you can chill with your friends, or you can play solo. And it's very sandboxy. You can kind of decide your own goals. But you can make it insane if you want. Like you can tune the zombies to be like full on sprinters, and just a nightmare to deal with.
God.
Yeah. But like I really do think this is like the king of survival games. It's the best one. It's very, very addictive. And the years awaited new version, the new build, as they call it, is coming out in about a week.
Oh. Huh.
After like 2+ years of waiting.
Damn. Okay.
It's gonna be crazy. You might not hear from me for a while. No, you're gonna hear from me, and it's gonna be all about Project Zomboid.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Now, number 3. I don't know how many hours, but it's a lot. Pal World.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when that game came out in January,
yep.
Yeah, it was on Game Pass, so I'm like, okay, I'll give it a go, and I figured out how to blow through all the achievements pretty quick. But the thing is, they've been updating this game.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot more content now. It's getting a bunch more like this week.
Right.
Yeah. So I've been on the grind. Like the updated achievements are much harder to get than like the original base ones.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I'm on that grind. I'm doing that stuff. I'm combing over the whole world to catch every not Pokemon
Yeah.
and put them to work in my sweatshops.
Just another day in the office of Ty.
Yes, I need 10,000 assault rifle rounds.
Get him to
And
work.
these guys are gonna make it for me.
Put him to work.
All right. Number 2, Dead by Daylight. Maybe.
What? You play that
Yeah.
game?
Nope, never heard of it.
Right.
Yeah. Man, I am sick of this fucking game.
Number 2.
But you know, I got to
Right.
get all the achievements, and you know they keep adding new stuff. So it's like back to the grind. Yeah, it's cool though. Yeah, and they're gonna get Five Nights at Freddy's next year.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and heavily rumored Friday the 13th.
All right.
We'll see. Yeah, so since that license dispute stuff got resolved, to the best of my knowledge, that license is up for grabs now, and I think they've been hinting at it, but I don't know. Maybe it's just wishful thinking on my part. We'll see.
Okay.
All right, and my number 1 most played game this year is Street Fighter 6.
Whoa.
How many hours you got put in on that?
401. I don't
That's
know.
all?
Well, this year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That was last year's game. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when did that game come out? Like spring last year?
Spring or like early
summer?
summer? Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
it was June or something, but okay.
Yeah, I've been playing it a lot. They've been adding new stuff at a decent rate. We got like 6 new characters, I think, since the game came out, and actually a lot of features.
Mhm.
Like I noticed in the battle hubs, people are going crazy over the AI simulated opponents that you teach. You know, a feature Killer Instinct has had for years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but that's in Street Fighter 6, and there's some fun stuff you can get by doing that.
Okay.
Yes, and also they rope me in every month by making me do the battle pass.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. It's a nice kind though, where you like you buy the premium track, and then it gives you all your money back in in-game currency.
Okay. Well, that's
So I spent $5 once 18 months ago, and I've been riding that ever since.
okay. That's a good deal then.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
it's a good game. It's a good game.
I remember it being your game of the year last year.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty
Game
good.
of the forever, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens when Virtual Fighter 6 comes out.
Right.
Ho, ho, ho.
Right.
All right, so that's my top 5 for this year.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and kick it back over to the dancers, and then we'll be back with the next award. Please stand by. All right. And actually, Ty, it's good that you popped back in here. Because actually, you're up for announcing the next award in the nominations, actually.
Oh, yes. Let's see. Our next thing.
Pleasant surprise of the year.
Oh, yes. The pleasant surprise of the year. There were some pleasant surprises. All right. So, something cool that came out, or some gaming news that dropped this year that made you happy.
Mhm.
Yes. So, what do you think? We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 nominations. Incidentally, last year's winner was F-Zero 99, which kind of famously came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that did.
Yeah.
All
Still getting
right.
updates.
So let's see. Our nominations are Nintendo Music. Yeah. Shout out to Balls for nominating that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, the game where Zelda's a girl. Yeah,
Finally.
returning the series to its roots. Congratulations
Yeah.
on the transition, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Xenoblade Chronicles X Switch announcement. Hey. Let's see. Grand Theft Auto Trilogy update. Yes, we got those ports. They were kind of gross, but then they polished them up a bit.
Yeah,
So
they
that's
ported
nice.
it. They ported him from mobile back to console, and it made him better again somehow.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah, I played San Andreas when it came out. The re-release came out, and some of those textures.
Yeah. It's better now than what it was.
Okay.
But-
Let's see.
I like
next.
the bolt that got turned into a donut because of the
Shit,
smoothing. That was my favorite.
Yeah, yikes. Next, Famicom Detective Club. Shout out to Emio for nominating that one.
Well, Emio's the
Oh,
guy.
wait.
Yeah, Emio, the smiling man. Yeah,
But if there are any serial killers listening, welcome.
yes,
Yeah, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Sick. That's right. I remember now. Okay. Next, World of Go 2. Sick. Russ nominated that one, who's not a character in the game.
Not yet.
Let's see.
right.
NES World Championships. That was a surprise too. Shout out to the James Allen for nominating that one. All right. Fallout TV series being good. Oh, that's right. That was definitely unexpected. Right? I mean, how many other gross streaming adaptions have we had this year?
Probably
Too many.
Yeah.
All right. Next, Princess Peach Showtime. First Peach game in 20 years.
Right.
That's right. The Nintendo DS one. I think I reviewed that one back in
Did
the day.
you?
Wow.
Shit, okay.
I think so. Or at least I had it. I think I reviewed it. I'm pretty sure.
Super Princess Peach. I never picked it up actually.
Yeah.
It was a game.
Defeat the enemies with your emotions.
All right. So put on your thinking caps and decide what was the most pleasant surprise of the year.
That is a good question. I think my gut reaction is Nintendo Music because it's such a Nintendo. It's done in such a Nintendo way, but it's also still kind of good. It's actually good, but it's still Nintendo doing their thing. It's like, well, they could have put everything on Spotify, but it's like, well, no, fuck Spotify. Why give them money?
Yeah,
it's our game music. Like, let's make our own app.
Yeah,
and I kind of appreciate that. I did watch the Fallout TV show, and I did like it, but I didn't watch all of the episodes, so I couldn't really. Yeah, I mean, I fell off it, but the first 3 episodes were great.
All right.
I think that's the breadth of my knowledge here. Well, Echoes of Wisdom, yeah, that was a cool surprise. So yeah, those are my 3 that I can think of right now. Danny?
Yeah, I mean, I put in some of these nominations myself too, like, the Xenoblade announcement, Xenoblade Chronicles X, which many people, I think, have just kind of given up hope at this point. Like, oh man, that thing's never leaving the Wii U, but it is, and it's coming March 2025. That's cool. But I think, James, like you, man, like my initial gut reaction is like, Nintendo Music was a really cool thing for Nintendo to do. And
yeah,
people can and have complained about it, that it's that maybe the interface isn't as good as what you're going to find for like people, like companies that have been doing it for like over a decade. But it's like, for what it is, and considering that it's basically kind of like just an addition for Nintendo Switch Online, it's not a standalone service. Like, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I do like how they put screenshots of all the levels. It's not just a generic, like for Donkey Kong Country, it's not just a generic Donkey Kong Country image. It's like every single track has a screenshot from that stage. Yeah. So it's kind of cool. You go, oh yeah, that stage, right?
Yeah, I'm wondering, because I was actually using it yesterday. I was on the train for a long time, and I was listening to Skyward Sword and then Ocarina of Time, and like you said, everything has a screenshot. But I wanted to check, does everything have like an English screenshot, a Japanese screenshot, a screenshot from other languages? Like, I was just kind of
probably not.
Yeah, I mean, maybe an English and a Japanese one, maybe, but
I mean, yeah, you could use YouTube and find all of these on YouTube, but then you might have ads, and yeah, like fuck that. And when you turn off your screen, then the music goes off, unless you get a premium account or whatever, which I don't.
Right.
So
yeah. So okay. So for me, I think I'm going to go with Nintendo Music on here.
yeah, Echoes of Wisdom announcement would be my second.
Yeah.
If it comes to it,
We don't
If
have
it
to
comes to a
necessarily
draw.
give second ones unless it's absolutely necessary, I'd say.
Oh, if it comes to a draw or whatever. Yeah.
If it comes to a draw, then we could discuss
Well,
that.
I mean, I don't think it can at this point.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go with World of Goo too. I love the first game, and I'm hyped they came out with a sequel.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Cool.
kind of forgot about it, but Russ kept reminding us about it. So I'm glad that it exists, and I'm glad that
Yeah, that was like a 20-year gap too. That's crazy.
Are we doing a runner-up, Danny, or is it just?
Well, I mean,
just
I guess
winner
this
and
would
that's it?
automatically make the runner-up be World of Goo 2, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
So
There you go. Easy peasy.
Yep. Cool.
So winner of Pleasant Surprise of the Year goes to Nintendo Music. Runner-up,
Nice.
World of Goo 2.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get ready for the next award.
Are they different dancers each time? Different
Well, I mean,
dancers?
we paid a lot of money to get all these
Yeah,
dancers
obviously.
trained up and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't even remember all the, but they're getting paid. So
I
that's fine.
appreciate it.
But I actually completely forgot before we actually go on to the next award. There is some behind this stuff I got to do for ad reads and stuff like that. So
Sure. Got to pay the
hold on a
sponsors,
second.
right?
yeah, so you know how it goes. We're a commercial enterprise now, so hold on just a second here, fellas. So the other day, I had the privilege to actually go and check this out in person, and I'm glad that I did. So I think some of you guys out there might be aware, might have heard through the grapevine, but anyways, like if you find yourself like down and out and kind of famished after shopping at Nintendo Tokyo or Capcom store in Tokyo or the Pokemon Center, well, we have got the place for you. Come on down to Ty's Esports Cafe and Bar. Right now, it's tentatively known as GG Shibuya Mobile Esports Cafe and Bar. The burgers are spongy, the drinks are flat, and Ty will stomp your ass at Killer Instinct Gold for the low price of 2,175 yen. GG, loser.
Nice. Yes, Killer Instinct Gold, the Nintendo 64 game.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, real talk though. There is like this eShop bar or esports bar that I went to, and there was literally nobody there. Probably because there's no events going on or something. But
Right.
Well, that's before they got sponsorship.
yeah.
Right.
So like I said, just checking out the location before we put the Famicast name and Ty's face on the signboard there. So that's how it goes.
Open now.
Yes. All right. Well, actually, James, you are in charge of doing the next award.
Biggest disappointment of the year.
That's right.
So this is on the opposite end of the previous one. This is the game or announcement that made you angry / sad / disappointed. Too many to mention. But we're starting off with Endless Ocean Luminous. The sequel to that Wii game. Wasn't that good? Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Okay, we'll hear more about that later from Danny, probably. The overall small number of high-profile releases. Yeah, this is not restricted to just Nintendo. I think just everything in general.
So many games got pushed back to next year.
Yeah. The next nomination is from Lemonade. Game Informer suddenly ending. Yeah, actually, totally didn't even know that. But yeah, rip in peace, I guess. Russ with the wild card again. Trying to get into PC / VR gaming. Yeah, his troubles have been part of our Discord channel for a while now.
Yeah.
As he tries to buy broken secondhand equipment and try to make it run on his 25-year-old Windows 98 PC.
Nice.
Next nomination is from Balls. He nominates the Game Awards. I'm assuming not this one.
I hope not. Maybe
the one that happened a couple of weeks ago, or last week?
Last week, yeah.
Never heard of it.
Right.
And then the last nomination comes from James Allen. He says, no Switch 2 release date. Yes. If you're listening to this in the future and you know the release date, we don't. So, yeah. So I think, I don't know, actually. I think, the release date is annoying. But like, I don't know, we're getting leaks like at the time of recording. We are getting leaks from like, Chinese like accessory makers. So we've seen the Switch 2 with a case on, and it looks 97% the same as a Switch with like, different triggers and an extra button on one of the Joy-Cons. And the Joy-Cons do look like they attach differently.
Yeah, the magnetic thing.
And so we are getting those kind of leaks now, but we still don't know the release date. But we can assume it's going to be like March 2025 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they said they're going to at least announce it before the end of this fiscal year, which ends, March 31st. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's when the Switch 1 came out. So I don't know. I guess small number of high-profile releases as well. I mean, Nintendo is pretty much just Zelda in terms of like actually good big releases.
Yeah, right? Nintendo did a lot of like remakes and stuff this year, which I think were cool. Bringing back like some old IPs. I mean, even though that Endless Ocean ended up, I think it's just kind of it plays fine, but just it's a busybody type of game. And then other solid like ports and stuff like that too. Like Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door came out. Emio, the Smiling Man, all that type of stuff. I think they had some like good kind of like really deep cuts, but nothing that's like not like gonna drive sales like something like Tears of the Kingdom or something. I mean, maybe Mario Kart Jamboree if people are into that. Or Mario Party Jamboree. I'm not into Mario Party, so
Mario Party and Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Sure.
Princess Peach, we already mentioned that one.
Right.
They're all kind of like, I don't know, B tier, but it's kind of what you expect at the end of the life cycle, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So my nomination would be maybe for that one then, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Ty, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I agree. Same one. We need more. We need a banger. We need a big deal. We need a wild game.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with the Endless Ocean Luminous just being such a disappointment based on just how much freedom and stuff like that I haven't played the second game, but based on the information I know, how much freedom and like movement and like all sorts of other stuff you had in that game compared to how cut back they just made this one is disappointing. Yeah. Again, I said like in my review, it plays fine. I think it's fun to play, but just some of like the backtracking and just like find these doodads to continue the story. And by the way, there are 99 of them and they're like, they spawn randomly. So it's like, fuck you. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, they really dropped the ball with that one because they had a good template with the second game on the Wii, and then they just said, nah. Must have given it to just some low level developer. It's obviously not in house, right? It's obviously some, whatever.
Yeah, I forgot who it was, but yeah,
Americans probably.
Maybe. Yeah.
Right then. Okay then. So are we decided? So disappointment of the year goes to the overall small number of high-profile releases in 2024. That is the quote-unquote winner/loser. I don't know. And the runner-up is Endless Ocean Luminous.
There it is. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get moving on to the next award. Thank you, boys, for the beautiful dancing. Appreciate it.
I always think the DK rap is going to start and the dun 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 that beat.
I didn't throw down for the licensing on that one. So
yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah. But this next award is very Japan related, and this is the TGS 2024 Game of the Year. Of course, this year we were at Tokyo Game Show again, playing a lot of cool games, really playing a few good games, I think. And so we're going to go ahead and go through the list of nominations here. Of course, it wouldn't be a Tokyo Game Show or Fammies without some mention of baseball. We got Star Wars, now it's time for baseball. But Pro Yaku Spirits 2024-2025 was at TGS. I got to play it, so that's on the list here for potential TGS Game of the Year. Professor Layton and the New World of Steam, the latest in the Layton series. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Thanks to Balls for putting that one in there. And Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. It's from Lemonade. And Two Strikes. Ty, I think you must have put that one in.
Yeah, I must have.
Yeah. So, what do we think here, guys?
I'll give you a hint.
Play most
Two
of
Strikes.
these. Yeah.
Right.
That's the only one I actually played at any
Yeah,
depth,
I
and
made you guys play it.
Right.
Yeah, that was fun.
And no, I will say, like, the visual style of that game is really awesome. And maybe you guys remember us talking about it on the show, but it's a, basically black and white type of fighter. Think Mad World on the Wii, if you even know what the hell that is. But like, at this point, it's,
I think our listeners will probably know it. Yeah.
I think so too. But if you hit somebody, the red blood comes out. It's just a really striking game, Two Strikes. And I thought the visuals were great. And it's so easy to play because it's just about hitting your opponent in two strikes or in one like big, ridiculously strong attack or something like that. Easy to play, fun. I could even beat Ty like maybe once, I think, or something, but
I don't remember that.
Okay, maybe it was
Made that one up, mate.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I had fun as well. I mean, the other games, it would just have to be literally visually, like the booth. And, I mean, the Metal Gear Solid always has an amazing booth, and this year was no exception. Monster Hunter Wilds also had a really cool booth. The Professor Layton, I don't really remember that one. I watched Danny's footage after the show, and it does look really cool. I mean, I like Professor Layton, and that looks like a good Professor Layton game. Don't care about baseball. The Yakuza booth was pretty cool. They had some interesting characters on the stage in that one.
And I think even Genki said it like on his Twitter and maybe even on the show too. There were so many times during the show where just be essentially stage shows like singing and dancing at the Sega booth, and it was pretty crazy. It sucked because of the way they had it laid out in terms of movement, but getting around the floor. But
so I would have to give it to Two Strikes. And as a runner-up, maybe
it's cool.
Yeah, Metal Gear or Professor Layton
or baseball. I got it. Okay.
What?
Ty, what do we got, man?
Two strikes.
Okay. I even though I absolutely did love baseball like a lot, it's one of my favorite games of this year. I did dislike playing Two Strikes because we got to play together. It was just fun, man. Like that's part of the reason I like going to TGS with these guys. We can maybe occasionally sit down and play a couple things together or something like that. So
the one time we actually meet each other in real life.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is a unanimous winner there. Two Strikes. And again, it's an early access on Steam, isn't that right, Ty?
Yes. It's early access on Steam. It's coming to Switch and everything.
Yeah. And he said the developer guy said like, they're going to try to get crossplay on it and stuff like that. And so hopefully
good ass rollback netcode.
Hopefully sooner rather than later, because that was fun.
Yep.
So the TGS 2024 Game of the Year is none other than Two Strikes. Congratulations.
And no runs up, I guess.
Baseball.
Don't need
Cool.
it. What?
No, it's okay. We don't need to interrupt. It's fine. All right.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I guess we kind of forgot to keep saying this, but last year in 2023 was Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. I think partially because of the booth.
Yeah. It's good that we didn't do it this year then.
Right. Let me just state that it was a solid booth.
Oh yeah, and I forgot last year's disappointment of the year. I apologize. Last year's disappointment was Nintendo's new dumb tournament guidelines.
Yeah. Fortunately, I think everybody has managed to ignore those.
Okay,
All right,
good.
Cool.
So we'll see.
Then the winner for 2023 pleasant surprise of the year was F-Zero 90. Actually, Ty, you said that, I think. So,
Yeah, Ty did that.
Good.
Ty's the only one on the ball at the moment.
Yeah, he is. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm
All
the
right.
best.
Yeah, that's right. All righty. Well, let's go ahead and head on over to the next award. Here we go. All right, and Ty, you're up on this one too, man.
Yeah, let's see.
Number 5.
You really need to play more next year of the year.
That's right.
Let's see. So it's like games we just need to play more for some reason. Maybe it just came out. We did not have enough time to play it. Something going on.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Maybe it's just coming out the tail end of the year. We'll see.
Yeah.
You lost the
Right,
cartridge down the back of the sofa.
Right.
Lots of reasons.
Exactly.
Mom took it away because I got bad grades.
I remember those days.
Yeah. So let's see. We got Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D.
Hmm.
You have Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Balls. Pal World. Yeah. Wait, is that even on Switch? I thought it was.
It doesn't. It's fine. It's fine.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
It's fine. I know.
Who
Hey, this is a quick aside. Look, I mean, I know.
Who nominated Power World, by the way?
Yeah, I wonder.
It wasn't Ty.
I mean, when we first started doing the Fammies, like the Switch was new, and I think a lot of people that listen to the show played maybe not primarily Switch, but a lot of Switch. Over the years, it's an old ass system. People have moved on and are playing other things. I get that.
Yes.
So that's fine.
So your favorite Nintendo game or Nintendo infringing game?
There you go.
There it is.
All right. Next, we got Sonic Sonic Cross Shadows. How do we say this particular
Dude,
X?
this is, well, if any out there, if you guys out there are Sonic fans, you feel free to rip on us in the comments. You've done it before in the past. It's about whatever, man.
I'm gonna go with Cross because it's
Sure.
a Japanese game. Just play the odds. Sonic Cross Shadows Generations. Yeah, okay. You could play it, I guess. Thanks, Lemonade. Portal 2 PC mods and expansions. Sounds like somebody just tried Portal 2 for the first time.
So like somebody's building a PC and a VR setup. I wonder who that could be.
Yeah. Russell Venture. Okay. There's one more.
Yep.
Hidden down at the bottom. Tears of the Kingdom 2 before Switch 2 comes out. The James Allen.
Yeah, get on there, mate. Come on.
Oh,
Get my heads ago. Come on, last year, mate.
right.
Are there any good mods for it?
On the
Last
Switch.
year's winner, Ty.
Yes. Last year's winner was Vampire Survivors.
Ooh, did you guys actually play more of the last year? This year?
I didn't. I think
okay.
my personal one was different. I think both of you guys selected that one, and I did not.
Yeah. Maybe that one was everybody's runner-up.
What was your should play more this year, Danny? Did you actually do it?
I think it was Super Mario RPG, and I did. I beat it.
Good job.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good job. Ty, did you have one?
I'm actually the guy that scribbled in Pal World here because it's getting a fat update in a week, and I need to play that shit.
Sure. All right. Well,
well, I've already played the Echoes of the Wisdom. I mean, I have a few more Echoes to find, so I will probably play more this month. I don't think I'll play any next year, if I'm honest.
Sure.
And I don't care about the rest. So this is all you
have them or something like that. Yeah.
I don't have Dragon Quest. I I don't want to play Sonic Shadows. I've already played Portal 2 a lot. Tears of the Kingdom, like 200 hours. So yeah, I guess I'll leave this up to you guys.
Oh boy. I think I'm probably. I mean, I really want to play more Dragon Quest 3 and Echoes of Wisdom. But I think, yeah, my number one's going to have to be Echoes of Wisdom. It's been a while since I think the last Zelda game that I just kind of skipped out on or didn't beat was Skyward Sword. Both times it came out on the Wii and Switch. So I'd like to not see a repeat of that.
I might nominate some N64 games. Like I started a couple of N64 games, like Perfect Dark, Banjo-Tooie, obviously, Blast Core. It would be nice to kind of like put a little bit more time into those.
Sure.
Maybe over the holidays. Yeah, because I like playing N64 at Christmas time. It's kind of nostalgic.
Sure.
So yeah.
Nice.
But maybe I could add that as well. Actually,
Sure.
It's not on.
Sure. What the hell? Okay, so I guess if that's the case, we're at a stalemate. So Ty, are you going to say Pal World?
Sure.
Okay. James has the newly entered N64 games.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I think as my runner-up, as much as I would like to say Dragon Quest, I would really, actually, honestly love this to play more N64 games, especially some of the stuff on the Switch. Sometimes, like, I haven't played it in years, or some of it, like, I never played at all. Banjo-Tooie is a good example for me.
Yeah, you should play that.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be my runner-up. So
last minute edition, it ends up winning it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, not necessarily. Ty could put his runner-up as Echoes of Wisdom.
Nah.
Just to be a dick.
Nah. I'll abstain or just go 64 games, whatever.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Cool. There we have it. We have a winner.
Cool.
All right then. So games we really need to play more next year of the year. It goes to N64 games, and the runner-up is Echoes of Wisdom. No. No, we don't know what the runner-up is.
Now we've done it. I'll
I have
have
to
Pal World as
do-
my runner-up as well.
It's
Okay,
fine.
well, I think Danny should play more Echoes of Wisdom because it's really annoying me that he hasn't. So
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
it's like I see it in his profile and it's like all the way down in the list. It's like, dude, when did you last fucking open this game?
Been busy.
7 months ago. Jesus Christ. Get on with it, mate.
I got early access. What can I say?
Yeah.
All right.
So sorry, Ty, but Pal World goes in the trash. And
Right.
Echoes of Wisdom is the runner-up. Because I think that applies to a lot of listeners as well, like who haven't finished Echoes of Wisdom or who have just bought it or maybe getting it for Christmas. I don't know.
Sure.
Yep. Right there.
Cool.
Next.
All right. Well, that'll do it. Again, N64 games is going to take it for we really need to play more next year of the year. Hence, we'll be right back after our dances. Get back to the flow. Here we go. But actually, before we get to
go.
yeah, sorry.
It really
again,
is a 64 ass beat.
Yeah. I will not divulge my secrets of the anyways. We do have another ad read that I have to get out of the way here, guys. So I really apologize for that, but this is just
Paying the bills.
Paying the bills. So give me just a second here. I'll get this thrown up.
Is that a VPN service? Or no?
Yes, no. So actually, this is an actually honestly got a real one, and I'm just doing this. Okay. So let me get things set up here. Here we go. So you guys might remember me talking about this like on the show last year or something like that. So there is a book that I wrote a couple of like pieces for and did some basically contributed to. It's called The Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the N64 Library. The author is by a guy named Pat Contry. This book, I'll just kind of read the the synopsis here. The Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the N64 Library thoroughly examines the games from the beloved N64 system. This definitive resource contains information, screenshots, reviews of all games released worldwide on the N64. So yeah, like I said, I wrote an article about the 64 DD for this thing, and I've already, honestly, I've already been paid for it. So like any sales of the book, this doesn't go towards me or anything like that. But if you're a fan of like having like kind of interesting books about like retro Nintendo stuff, which I know maybe some of you guys out there are, this seems like a really cool book. I don't have a copy of it myself, but I have read some of the free snippets and stuff like that that are online that you can see. So like, yeah, definitely check it out if it's something that you're interested in. It's not cheap. I think it's like $70 US or something like that. Yeah, but hardbound book, like over 400 pages, covers all sort of like pretty much anything you want to know about the N64. It seems like a really comprehensive type of book. So,
nice.
Yeah. But anyways, honest to God, like if you're interested in like this type of stuff, N64 type of stuff, I like that this type of stuff exists, and I think this is the type of stuff that needs to be supported. So
enter the code Famicast to get $2 for the price of 2.
Yes. You could give it a shot. But all right. Well, that's that. So moving on to the next award here. Actually, JC, you're up, man.
Indie Game of the Year. So last year's Indie Game of the Year was Suika Game, the classic comedies games turned, actually sells quite well.
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah, I think it's sold over. Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot the numbers, but they have a physical version that's out in Japan now too.
Yeah.
Like just came out. Last
there's
month.
an like a multiplayer update as well.
Multiplayer update. Yeah, all sorts of different themes and stuff like that too. It's pretty amazing.
I remember that the watermelon game, it was briefly changed to watermelon game, and then during the show they actually updated it and changed back to
That's right.
game. That was hilarious.
What a weird thing.
Yeah. So anyway, the nominations this year are Balatro, nominated by Balls, thank you. The Exit 8 / and Platform 8. I'm assuming Danny nominated that one.
Maybe.
Little Kitty, Big City. 1,000 Cross Resist. Or is it 1,000 Times Resist?
Crap. I knew it.
From Lemonade.
Yeah.
The World of Goo 2, of course, by Russ. Animal Well, Never. Thank Goodness You're Here. Mars After Midnight, nominated by Lemonade. And Pizza Tower.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah. So Animal Well and Never, they were, and I think Thank Goodness You're Here, they were all kind of nominated on other kind of irrelevant award shows.
Right.
I checked out 1,000 Resist, and it looks kind of like, it reminds me of another Switch game actually. That we played it at TGS. It's like you're like a couple trapped on a planet, and you're kind of living in your spaceship, and you're exploring the world. I totally forgot what it's called. But it kind of reminded me of that, the art style. But I think it's more of an RPG-ish kind of game.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Because I mean, Lemonade, during our last game night, he was talking, I think, quite a bit about it. So before this, I checked it out too. I thought about just buying it, then I was like, wait a second, I already have like 5 games from like the past like 2 months in my backlog. I need to calm her down there.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
Yeah, in terms of like, internet hype or internet chat, I think Exit 8 and Platform 8 have definitely, captured, well, definitely in Japan, it's been quite big. A lot of my students are talking about those games. A lot of streamers in Japan are playing those games.
Very popular on the eShop too.
Yeah.
I think almost always for this whole year, basically in the top 10-ish.
Right. Because it's cheap, right? It's kind of like similar to a Suika game, right? Yeah.
470 yen's like $3, $3 or $4, I think, USD. So
yeah, and Balatro, that's the game where that's winning all of the awards, like on those irrelevant award shows. Yeah. It's the poker game, but it's more than that.
Yeah, dude, I will say with Balatro, like I mentioned it briefly on the last episode of the show, but I bought it on the Switch and I beat it. I saw the credits or whatever, but
okay.
it's, you know, unless you play it, until you play it, you can't. It's kind of hard to realize like how fun it is, and just how addictive it is too. Because same type of thing, like Ty was talking about a little bit earlier. It's just one of those things like just one more run. Like this is going to take like 15 minutes, and then you get really far, and like it's like an hour later, and you're like, shit, it's like 1 a.m. I got to go to work tomorrow. This sucks. Let's go one more run again. You know, like.
Yeah, so I don't think I played any of these games. I've watched videos of all of these.
Sure.
But yeah, thank goodness you're here. I think Jonesy talked about it on RFN. It's a really kind of British, kind of weirdo, funny game where it's kind of like a mini game collection. You're kind of going around this typical British town, and all these people kind of ask for your help, and then it goes to like a mini game where you're doing something. But it's really kind of off the wall humor and kind of really interesting visual style. It looks really, really funny, really interesting. But I haven't played it. I don't know anything about Mars After Midnight. I think this was just added right the last second.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to like do a little quick Google search here because I have no idea what this one is. Oh, is this that console, the little yellow console? What's it called?
Playdate?
Yeah, it's a Playdate game. I didn't know Lemonade had a Playdate.
Yeah, I remember. I just saw that like on Discord or social media or something like that.
Oh yeah,
okay.
It was released March this year.
Okay.
So it's a black and white game because Playdate is black and white, and
Sure.
I have no idea what kind of game it is.
Well, while you're searching for that, actually, Ty, tell us a little bit about Pizza Tower because I know you know about this game.
Yeah, it's sick.
Care to elaborate?
No.
Nope.
Brilliant.
Okay, cool.
It's a beautiful hand animated game with I don't know, sort of Wario vibes, kind of, but and also kind of Sonic vibes. It's a very unique 2D work of art. I'll say you go through like a pretty typical platformer level, and then you have to speed run your way backwards. That's like the core of the gameplay, and there's like cool bosses and stuff, and just the style and the animation is amazing. Yeah. So
yeah, you just described Wario Land. I think that's what it's based on, right? The humor and the style and the gameplay is Wario Land.
somewhat, yeah. More with a funny Italian chef instead of like
an
insane
fat Italian chef.
Yeah. It's so fun, and the music is a banger too. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, for sure. Man, all right.
I think Never is like similar to. It's a game that's similar that I played. Gris, GRIS.
Yeah,
kind of one of those kind of beautiful, artsy illustration games.
Right.
Yeah, this won a whole bunch of awards this year.
Yeah, it looked cool. I remember that was announced at the end of August. That direct. This looks really nice, actually.
You got a little white fox following you around, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, looks cool.
Yep. Well,
so
what do we think?
I mean,
a lot of bangers, that's for sure. I think I'm going to go with Balatro because, I mean, that's the one I played the most of. I really did like Platform 8 and the Exit 8 a lot. Short games, but creepy, but not like so creepy where you feel like I need to put this thing down. It's not Slender Man when Ty's playing it at my house, like after the Christmas party at 2 a.m, all the lights are off. That was awesome, by the way. However many years ago that was. God, that is just creepy. I mean, these games are creepy in a different way. Yeah. Big oh my gosh. Little Kitty Big City was fun from like the hour or so that I played. It's just a fun like platformer, kind of cute, wholesome type of thing too. So
yeah. I think the game that I was potentially thinking about buying was Animal Well.
Oh yeah.
I thought that looked kind of cool.
Sure.
Kind of like retro-y, platformy kind of game.
Right.
kind of like Super Meat Boy ish, but kind of neon colors and stuff. It looked kind of cool. I know that's got a lot of interest this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be quite hard as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's only on Switch and Steam. So ripped tie, but yeah, play it on Steam, I guess.
Okay. Well,
so I don't know. This is a tricky one.
yeah.
Little kitty, big city. I thought it looked cute and funny. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna maybe leave it up to you because you guys have at least played some of these games.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Ty, what do you think, man? Like, what would be your number one?
Pizza Tower, 100%.
Okay. Okay. Cool. You know, I did think that Pizza Tower did look cool. So if we need a tiebreaker for that, I could do it. Or like JC, you could just throw your vote there, or what, whatever the hell, man. Like, or
yeah, it would be a coin flip for me.
Okay.
I don't care either way.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Ty. I'll go ahead and I'll put myself down for runner-up for Pizza Tower because I thought it did look cool. Like I said, it's just there's just a certain time of the point in the year. It's just like, man, I don't even. If I bought this thing, I probably wouldn't even play it, or if I'd play it for just such a short amount of time. So it's like, yeah. And again, like I said, I almost just threw down on 1,000 times resist, like Lemonade's game too, because I just thought that looks cool. But again, trying to have some self-restraint. But
yeah, I think of the two, I think I'm more likely to play Pizza Tower.
Sure.
Because I'm a platform guy rather than a whatever card game guy.
Resist seems like it's really story heavy and stuff like that, kind of like a deeper type of a story.
Yeah.
So if you're in the headspace for something like that. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
And the award goes to we've got the real Wario at home. Pizza Tower.
There it is.
Hell yeah.
And the runner-up is Balatro.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get ready for the next award. All right, so I'm up for the next award, and this is, of course, the best game that didn't get a mention last year because they released it too late in 2023 of the year. And
rolls off the tongue.
Definitely, absolutely. Try putting that on a little plaque on a trophy.
Released too late. Yeah.
Basically.
Why do people insist on releasing games in the end of fucking December? It's not going to be on anyone's Game of the Year list. What's wrong with you? Except these awards. We got you. We got you, man.
We got you. Keep on doing it, guys.
Right.
Well, the nominations here are as follows. Outer Wilds, which came out on December 7th, 2023. James, thank you for putting these dates in there. I'm pretty sure that was you.
Yep.
Okay. Alan Wake 2. Okay, maybe I don't know. Somebody did.
It was
Alan Wake 2, October 27th, 2023. Bakeru, which came out here in the West this year, but that came out in Japan last year on November 30th, 2023. Devil World for the NES, Famicom, Nintendo Switch Online. That came out October 30th, 2023. Which I guess still makes it, I suppose.
Yep.
SteamWorld Build, something I completely forgot all about. That was December 1st, 2023. And last up here, the Batman Arkham Trilogy on the Switch, which came out on December 1st, 2023.
Right.
A lot of bad reviews for like maybe 2 out of the 3 games on it or something, which is kind of...
Yeah, I think that's what put me off. Like, I was kind of looking forward to it. I might have mentioned it once on one of the shows, but then, like Danny said, 2 out of the 3 like barely ran on the Switch. So I'm like,
it was something weird, like Arkham Knight or whatever, the game that was like made for PS4 and like Xbox One or something. Like, I can understand that, but I think that one's screwed. The first game is screwy, but the Arkham City, like the second game of the series, is more or less fine. It's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, ironically, I haven't played that one either. So,
Okay.
but I think I was more interested in Arkham Knight because
Yeah.
the Batmobile stuff,
Sure.
and that was a big disappointment. Yeah, because it's similar vein to the other trilogy, BioShock. That's when they released the trilogy on Switch, and then it turned out to be really, really good.
Yeah.
And I really liked that trilogy, and I played the shit out of all 3 of them. That was really cool. But then this is like the opposite of that. It's like, oh, cool, all 3 games are, and they're all shit. Oh, brilliant.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, shame. SteamWorld Dig. That's the only SteamWorld game I haven't played, and I'm a big SteamWorld guy. So, yeah. We didn't even did we even mention it in the show this year? Maybe.
No, I think it just came and went. SteamWorld build.
I didn't hear it getting good or bad reviews. I don't.
Yeah.
Literally know nothing about it. Like
Exactly.
I think I watched a video of the developers talking about it, and I said, "Oh, that looks cool," and then forgot about it completely.
Yeah.
Same.
Ty, I mean, maybe a lot of these games are not on your radar, weren't on your radar, or were on your radar many years ago when they're released on your platform of choice.
Yeah.
Maybe with like the exception of Bakeru, and Devil.
Yeah.
Well, that depends. Okay. Any of these like strike your fancy here?
Not really. I mean, Bakeru maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
it looks cool.
Yeah, that game was cool.
Kind of want to play it.
Yeah, it was cool. Like I talked some people into playing it, and I hope they enjoyed it. Like Perry, Perry Burkham, and maybe some of the other guys on his podcast. I think they all bought it before it was released in English. Johnny Metz, I think he bought it for his nephew or something, the Japanese version when he was here earlier in the year. So hopefully his nephew didn't hate it. But
SteamWorld builds get 9 out of 10 average on Steam.
Damn. Okay.
That's kind of piquing my interest now. I like Bakaru. Looked cool. I mean, I watched all of Danny's videos on the channel, and I'm a big fan of like Goemon 64. I actually had that game on 64 back in the day.
Nice.
I really like that. Kind of a spiritual successor to that.
Yep.
And that looked cool.
Or as most people might know it as, Mama's Bakery.
Yes. Outer Wilds. I mean, I played that game. I actually did play that game. So it was released too late to talk about in the Fammies last year, as I mentioned in my most played games of the year. But I did play it. So that would be my nomination. But I already played it, so I don't know. I'm kind of confused now. I've kind of painted myself in the corner.
But they didn't get a mention last year because we just didn't come up on the show. So you could talk about it now, even if you've played it already. That's fine.
Oh yeah. I didn't talk about it at all, did I? So the thing about it, I played it for like whatever 4 or 5 hours this year, and a little bit of last year. It's a first-person kind of puzzle game, So you are not given any information, and you just kind of plunked on this planet. And you're stuck. It's a kind of a Groundhog Day mechanic. So you're repeating whatever the same 3 days, like the end of the world happens at the end of the 3 days, and then you start again. And so nothing carries over except your own knowledge of the worlds that you see.
Okay.
So I think maybe there are some things that, are permanent, like maybe the maps or something like that. But like all of you have to basically stop the end of the universe happening. And so you have to kind of look for clues and try and work it out. And the people that like it really, really like it. And they said it was like a life-changing experience about how this story kind of, unveils itself before you. And it's kind of like, this like, hallelujah moment. But I didn't get that. Like, it's a game where I would think you would have to play it in maybe just a few sittings. Like 6-hour installments to kind of get everything, and remember everything.
Sure.
But I can't really do that. So I always kind of like, talk about Groundhog Day. My own brain is Groundhog Day. Like I forget everything that I learned. And previous time I played it.
Yeah.
So I just could never get into the rhythm of it. So I was always kind of like, oh shit, what was I doing again? Like, what was that last hint that I got? Like, oh fuck, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And then I kind of got lost or bored or just like, fucking hell. I just kind of got frustrated with it. But it is a beautiful game. And I really appreciate the mechanics of it. It's really unique and amazing. But I just couldn't get into it. Which,
Okay.
you know,
Well, I'd almost argue, I think Bakeru is kind of like this too. I mean, especially when you're talking to the Golden Poops and he's telling you random facts about Japan. I mean, same type of spiritual awakening type of stuff here. So,
yeah, I could get behind a game like that better, I think. You know, just like a simple 3D platformer game.
sure.
But
I think I think my vote is going to go to Bakeru because it was fun. It's not perfect, but it's good for what it is. I kind of wish like if Nintendo had a hand in it, I think it could have been even better. Or if they just had released it on more powerful hardware, I think it could have fixed some of the issues, the technical issues with
But
the game.
didn't you talk about that in the show in October or November?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I might have mentioned it in January.
Oh, okay. And also it released this year in the West, so I guess makes sense to I could go for that nomination. Yep. Let's do it. We need more Goemon games.
Yeah.
3D
Ty?
Goemon games.
Right.
I agree.
All right. Hey, that's easy.
Nice.
Right.
Ty, did you play Alan Wake 2 or not interested or
Nah.
not interested? Okay.
Okay. Well, Balls, sorry, man. That's a rest in pieces for Devil World there on NSO. But
The cool game where you eat Bibles.
yeah. Colonel Bible Eater. It's Rich Colantro's Rich's name in college, I think is what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they release
anyway.
that game in America in the 80s? Weird.
Yeah. No, who can, yeah.
Can't see any reason.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, so again, the winner for my God, best game that didn't get a mention because they released too late last year of the year is Bakeru.
Yep.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay. I would say runner up, maybe SteamWorld Build, because I'm maybe gonna pick that up sometime
Sure.
next year. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and move on to our next award. Jay-Z, you up, dog?
If he shoots you, it's gonna hurt. So our 8th award of the night is the launch game we want to see on the Switch successor of next year. I just added that because it's not coming out this year. So these are games that we want to play on launch day on the Switch 2, and doesn't have to be an announced game because I haven't even announced any games. So let's be creative with it. So we have from James Allen, new 3D Mario. Obviously, Odyssey came out in 2017. Bowser's Fury came out in 2021. So yeah, we need a new 3D Mario. Donkey Kong Country 4. Does it? Wait. That would be the SNES game.
Yeah.
Well,
if it's the 3D one, it would be Returns. It would be the third game, wouldn't it?
they could. I mean, they just made Donkey Kong Country Returns. There's no number on that.
Okay,
maybe they could. I mean, who knows? Maybe Donkey Kong
that's true.
64
Tropical
2.
Freeze isn't a 2, is it? It's just
no. It could be Donkey Kong 64 2, or maybe they just skip ahead and just go Donkey Kong 64 3 or 4.
Yeah, but Russ says that was nominated by Russ. He said, yeah, CGI looking. So yeah. Mario Kart sequel for Lemonade. That's a given, mate. And Xenoblade Chronicles X2. Okay. Yes. Well, the first one has probably just come out like a month before.
Yeah, or the same day. Who knows?
Yeah. Kid Icarus. This has been hinted at in Sakurai's YouTube channel. A remake of the 3DS game. Right. That came out in 2012. So yeah, maybe a good chance of that. Star Fox. Yeah, the last game was 2016. Star Fox Zero, right?
Yep.
Punch Out, the last game in that series was 2009 on the Wii, right? And Wave Race, last game was 2001. Jesus Christ. And my nomination that I added was checking all the NSO apps and games work day one.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a last-minute nomination?
Here comes a new challenger.
F-Zero.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Well, I was thinking with F-Zero 99, like not just come out, but yeah, I don't know if they would do another F-Zero game.
I mean, maybe the entire point is to reintegrate the game into the public consciousness.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
One thing I did want to mention, because I think in our Patreon only document, a couple of you guys did put in some things for like maybe features or something like that you wanted to see on the next Switch. I think because we had done that several times for like the past couple of years, I specifically thought about launch games because we haven't done that. Or I think last year I did launch games or features, and most of the things here were features. So like I won't say that the NSO stuff doesn't count, but I was thinking more along the lines of actually some kind of game, not necessarily like an existing thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, launch game, you want to see it. The first thing I want to do is immediately check if the NSO app still works.
I know.
I know what I mean. We can disregard that one. So my nomination. Well, I would like a Donkey Kong Country Returns sequel. I think that would be cool. I mean, I thought that's what Retro would have already released by now, but instead they remade the Tropical Freeze, right? Because that was a Wii U game. No one played it, which is great. And then now they're remaking. Well, actually, no. Are they? Is it them remaking the first one?
I totally forgot. I'm totally blanking on who's working on that.
I don't think it is.
I don't think
it's getting some really. I mean, Game Explain, God bless them. They've released a video comparing each trailer. They've been doing that for like the past 2 weeks. It's like, there's no fur in the new not Donkey Kong game, you know. And then it's like, oh, the fur is back, but this time they removed the lighting. It's like, dudes, chill out. The game is not finished yet. It's probably going to have the lighting. It's probably going to have the fur, you know.
Or not.
Yeah. But apparently it's because they're doing it from the 3DS version, which is like the dumbest idea ever. So do it from
is it true? Is that true though? Or it's like, I wonder. Is it just
well, that's the latest one, right? That's the newest version, but
could be.
Which has got a higher resolution, 3DS or Wii? I don't know.
It does, but
the Wii, yeah. But anyway, that's a great game, and people who haven't played Donkey Kong Country Returns should play that. Like I think someone like Ty would really like that. Actually, being able to play it without stupid waggle controls is going to be. I envy people who can just play it for the first time like that.
Nice.
So yeah, I would go for Donkey Kong. Russ his nomination is kind of a little bit out there because I don't think they're going to do a pre-rendered Donkey Kong Country game in 2025.
Okay, I took it as like, you know, and I know you guys crapped on it last year. That's fine, Mario movie, but like maybe he said CGI looking. I was just imagining CGI as in from like Donkey Kong from that. That's why I took it as.
Like making 2D sprites out of a 3D model.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't even take it like that. Okay. Now that I guess that makes sense.
Try Death Smiles.
Dude, I mean, I would love to see a new Donkey Kong game, but I think we've seen enough 2D ones. I'd like to see another 3D one, honestly. But
oh god.
I mean, you know,
64 too, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what Nintendo and partners have done with some 3D stuff. You know, the Kirby game that came out in the.
Oh, that would be great! Like, yeah, because of the Donkey Kong Country theme park, right? You think in Mario Odyssey, but no, Donkey Kong Odyssey. Hey yo, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I mean,
actually good 3D Donkey Kong game for the first time ever.
I mean, if you think about what they were doing with DK64 at the time, they were trying to fit in with what 3D games were at the time, which were collectathons. But unfortunately for them, people were getting really sick of that stuff by the time the DK64 came out. So Yeah, that was kind of like the unfortunate thing for that game. I think.
64 came out before TUI, right?
Yes, maybe maybe the
Yeah,
Christmas before
Tui was
99, Christmas
yeah,
99, and then Tui was 2000.
One cool thing that TUI did, which I think they learned from their mistakes, is that the eggs, there has several kinds of eggs in Banjo-Tooie, but they're just all in one pickup. So you just get any of the three in one pickup, and the same for the feathers. And I forget something else. And I think if Donkey Kong 64 came out after TUI, they would have just had all the bananas the same color. Or you pick up a banana, it's the color of your Kong,
Yeah.
They wouldn't do all of those stupid things that they did. So they definitely learned from their mistakes, but yeah. But so yeah, a 3D or new Donkey Kong game would be my nomination for a game that I would love that at launch.
Okay.
Yeah, Mario Kart sequel. I'm fine with waiting a little bit longer for that. It's fine. It doesn't need to be launch title. That'll come later.
Ty, is there anything? I mean, anything that would pique your interest as like a Switch launch title?
Yeah, I would be down for F-Zero for sure. Wave Race. I'm a big fan of the 64 one. I would like to see a new Wave Race for sure.
Yeah, I did not like Blue Storm, honestly. I thought the physics felt maybe it's just too realistic. I don't know what it was. I just did not like that compared to 64.
Maybe I'm
I only remember playing it a little.
Okay.
I love Blue Storm and I don't like the 64 one. Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. F-Zero would be nice.
No, 1080.
Man. Yeah.
I think that's snowboarding games are a little bit passe these days, aren't they?
I'd buy the shit out of that. I don't think that would be a launch game. It doesn't seem.
Okay, let's just say Donkey Kong, and then we've got Russ and my nominations all in one. Just Donkey Kong.
That's fair.
Sure. Yeah, because I mean,
Donkey King.
If that's the case, I would love to see some kind of Donkey Kong, something different, new.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they've been planning it to time with the the theme park and everything like that. Not just releasing Game Boy ROMs
and a Wii game on the Switch ported from the 3DS.
Yeah. Actually, Donkey Kong 64 is not on the app yet, is it?
It's not.
It's not, right? What the hell are they doing? Put that on first.
Christmas Day. Merry Christmas 2024, baby.
Yeah. We're not doing predictions, but yeah.
It's been 25 years since I got Donkey Kong 64 at Christmas. I really wanted the Dreamcast that year, and I got Donkey Kong 64. I guess I was a bad boy.
Yeah. This is going to sound really dumb when it comes out like a week from now.
Of course.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with the DK stuff, and then I think for a runner up, I'm gonna go with F-Zero because I think that would be cool.
Runner up.
The children yearn for F-Zero.
So Jason, you say DK is your go-to, right?
Yeah, we could just change that
Combine
to just Yankee Down.
Yeah, I gotcha. Oh, okay. Or that.
I mean, I'd like a Star Fox game, if I'm honest. We haven't had a good... I mean, I totally skipped Star Fox Zero. They had a really good demo. It let you play quite a few stages, and I hated it. I didn't like Star Fox Zero. It was horrible. The controls are horrible. Absolutely ruined it.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it.
I just want a normal fucking Star Fox game. I mean, Kamiya, God bless him. We love him. Friend of the show. But what was he thinking with that? Jesus Christ. Platinum did that, right?
Right.
So, yeah. And a normal, actual Star Fox game.
Right.
Would be my runner-up.
Okay. Well, okay.
Does that
so we do
things, so
it's fine. We do have a clear number one, which is the most important thing. Which is James.
Right then. So yeah, winner of launch game we want to see on the Switch 2 is Yankee Down of some variant. And then the runner-up, I guess, is F-Zero.
Yeah, I think Yep.
Sure.
There it is. A little bit that we didn't mention last year's winner, which was different because we were talking about features, not games. And it was comparable hardware power.
Hmm.
Yeah, all signs point to that being the case, and also all signs point to the controller being exactly the fucking same. Brilliant.
Right. Cool.
Yep.
Mhm.
Except it's got the console has a USB-C charger on the top, so you can now charge it when it's on the tabletop mode.
Hmm.
Brilliant. That's
Let's
worth
see how-
spending $400 to get a new console for. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Next.
All right. We'll see how it goes. All right, and Ty, you're up for the next one.
All right, best music track of the year.
All right.
All right. This is always my favorite award every year.
Right.
All right,
So-
let's see. Yeah, we got a bunch of nominations from our listeners.
Yep.
Let's go. All right. I unfortunately can't really just click through all these and force you to listen.
Right.
Maybe
So,
in
like,
editing, we'll see.
just as an aside, so like, yes, we're not going to be listening to all these right now. We've listened to them beforehand, so we have an idea of what they are and like what they sound like. For people after the fact, there's going to be links that you can see to check these out. Yeah, if you're listening or watching us live, it might be a little bit weird. Maybe we could link some stuff up in the chat or something like that, but it might kind of disrupt the episode for you or something. But
Yeah.
anyways,
We don't want to get copyright strikes on the
yeah,
live,
that's
video.
a big
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
So, but what do we got, Ty? Sorry, man.
Well, first, let's give a shout out to last year's winner, the
Ooh.
Advanced Wars Reboot Camp Airborne Assault.
Yes.
Sensei's Power. It's
Yes.
amazing jazz jam. It's so sick.
Yeah.
It was sick back on GBA, and it's sick now.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We got Liberation of Reynatus from Reynatus Mini OST. Okay, Lemonade.
Hmm.
Nominated that one. Let's see. Next, Radio Waves from Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
Hmm.
Also another Lemonade nomination. Thanks for those. Princess Peach Showtime Assassin Disco. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Good title. Also Lemonade's nomination. Let's go.
Hmm.
So Mario and Luigi Brothership Club Diode.
Hmm.
We got the disco. We got the club. All right, let's go. Let's see. Emio has submitted
Again.
the Smiling Man Famicom Detective Club. Hurry!
Hmm.
Gotta go fast.
I think he's stalking us.
He might
Yeah.
be.
He's going to kill us all after the show.
Probably.
Let's see. Survival mode from Nintendo World Championships. Okay. A sick jam. All right. And next, the Death I Deserve Ioli. Best track, best title for a track as well. Next, At Doom's Gate, the new version for the Doom 1 and 2 collection.
Yep. Released just
Yep.
this past summer. Yep.
Yes, by Andrew Hulschult, if I'm saying that right, who has redone the entire Doom and Doom 2 soundtracks.
Hmm.
He also has some tracks in like Quake Champions and stuff.
Hmm.
He's amazing.
Hmm.
And one more from Doom and Doom 2. Nobody told me about id.
Hmm.
I had to put in my personal favorite and like the iconic track, so I'll let you guys decide.
Hmm.
Well, the first Doom one is the
Yep.
that's at Doom's Gate, right?
Yeah, one of the most iconic songs of all
Oh, yeah.
time in a redone version.
It's a great remake too, man. Like
Yeah.
it was fantastic. Just it's
Yeah,
kind of like
shout
how
out-
I wanted it to sound back then. I'm pretty sure everyone else too.
Shout outs to Lemonade and Balls for nominations, because I wouldn't have heard the Mario and Luigi track if it wasn't for Balls. And I listened to it. I fucking loved it. It's great.
Mm.
Like, what a banger. I mean, it's Club Diode, so I'm assuming there's some kind of dance club scene in the game. I have no idea. I haven't played the game. But yeah, that was fantastic. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, boom, this is my game. This is my song of the year. It's fantastic. The Reinatus Mini from Liberation of Reinatus. I mean, that is a kind of very JRPG kind of orchestral epic song.
Yeah.
And it's very impressive. It's a game that I will never play, but the music was good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Doom music. I mean, it's amazing. I love Doom music. It's classic.
Right.
But yeah, in terms of new stuff, yeah. Yep. I would go for Mario and Luigi.
These versions are new, incidentally.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Okay, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are my two nominations.
Okay. Gosh, this is pretty tough for me to pick. Actually, it seemed like the two that I submitted, like, I didn't like nearly as much as what you guys all submitted. So, like, that's kind of how that works out sometimes. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say, man, it's really close for me. But I think my number one is gonna be The Death That I Deservioli, because
Nice.
was just freaking fantastic. I mean, it's so like upbeat, like this upbeat like rock track and stuff like that. It's really cool guitar rips, and it just seems like, from Ty's description of the game and just from like gameplay that I've seen, it just seems like super fitting for what this game is about. Kind of being like up tempo and fast and stuff like that. It just kind of made me think about the escape that you'd be having like towards the in the levels and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. That would be my third option if we're doing a third. If I had a tie break out, that would be my third.
That's fine. I think, geez, yeah, this might be kind of a weird one in terms of like who's first, who's second. Gosh, oh man, I really did like
Danny, that Famicom Detective one was so like, I don't know, just plain to me. It
really
wasn't, didn't really stand out.
Okay,
I was waiting for it to like kick in. It's like, nope.
Like I said, the stuff that has been submitted outside of mine is just, they're better. That is better. So I'm not
throw it in the tray.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I think
actually, before the show, I listened to like Princess Peach OST and the Mario Brotherhood Brothership OST, and none of those really grabbed me. I was expecting like at least one mega banger, but
yeah, Princess Peach one was. I mean, it was
like they're all right. It's like consistently good,
yeah.
but
sure,
it was like a ninja level, right? And it's
right.
like,
Yeah,
it's got a little bit of a plinky plonky, generic Asian sound to it, and
yeah. Notice that too.
It's not bad.
No.
But the Mario and Luigi one, god damn, that's some funky shit.
All right.
So where are we at now?
Go ahead, Ty. I'll save my number two. I was just about to set it, and I kind of did, but
Ty, which is your number one?
I'm not 100% committed yet, but you put me in an interesting position to be kingmaker. So I'm gonna go with Death I Deservioli.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So that would be number one, because there's two number ones, right?
Yep.
And then, Mario and Luigi. Well, me and Balls both nominated, so I don't know if Balls counts as a half a nomination for runner-up.
That's fine. I'm good with that. Ty, did you like that disco track, Ty, quite a bit? The Mario and Luigi one, or just kind of
It was okay, but I don't think it would be in my top 3 in this list.
Hennessy.
All right. Well, I'll say my second favorite one was Radio Waves from Lorelei and the Laser Eyes from Lemonade. Actually, like I'm not for video game stuff. I'm usually not into songs that have like lyrics and stuff, but this one was actually not necessarily lyrics. I thought the sound was just really cool here, kind of like this catchy, deep, kind of like a deep bass, nice sounding chorus section. It seemed kind of like dark, a little grungy. It was a little hint of hope or something, but I thought it was pretty cool.
All right.
We might not have a clear runner-up. That's fine.
I thought it was like a pop song. It was just like but it was actually from the game, right?
I guess I've played it, man.
Because the link didn't have any gameplay or anything. It was just literally a album cover
Yeah. So
Another-
unless I listened to the wrong song, which I mean, geez,
Yeah.
I've done dumber things than that before. So who knows? But
Yeah.
Yep.
So do we have a winner? Do we have a runner-up?
We can have like a couple run. Well, actually, dude, like Mario and unless Ty has like a second vote that he really, really wants to vote for, and you can if you want to, Ty, make it more complicated. I don't care.
I mean, I think nobody told me about "It" is the best song on this list, but okay.
Okay, well, we can have a couple.
Well, either way, it wouldn't beat my first because Mario and
Right.
Luigi is my first choice, so that would
Right.
be
So-
that would override anything anyway. So
That's
And
fine. Yep.
all right then.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, that is going to do it for best music track of the year. Let's go ahead for one more. Go right back to the Dancing Boys, and we'll be right back with the last award.
His coconut gun shoots in bursts.
Can't wait to find out that's from like Beetle Adventure Racing or something.
You will never guess where that song is from, and that's fine.
Nailed it.
Well, we do have one more ad break before we hit you guys up with the last award of the show. So bear with me here while I get
Here
some
it comes.
things ready here. So you guys might remember earlier in the year, there was a very delicious ice cream cake that came out from Baskin Robbins Japan, or Satibang as it's known as here. And so, I mean, just generally speaking, I think ice cream cakes are absolutely awesome. I mean, if you have a dairy allergy, well, that sucks.
Wow, rub it in there, Danny.
Sorry.
If you have a dairy allergy, in your face.
In your face. Yeah.
Literally.
Watch, I'm going to have from starting next year, I'm going to have a dairy allergy. We'll see how that goes.
I'll learn him.
Yeah, maybe. But this was definitely one of the coolest looking ice cream cakes I've ever seen in my life. And there are multiple varieties of this thing too. You can do different types of cake on the inside, different types of ice cream, and you can do different types of scoops like on there. Lots of cool decorations and stuff like that. But I mean, not only does it look really cool and taste really great, when you cut it up, it looks absolutely fantastic, especially if I'm the guy cutting the cake for you. This is where our special deal actually comes in. For a limited time, I'm going to be offering my cutting skills for you for your ice cream cake. So just use the code /FammySamurai at checkout to get 10% off your order. And then you can have it so I can cut your cake for you. I can't really discuss the pricing on air, but obviously you can hit us up on social media, email, hit us up in our PO box or fax, and you can have me cut your cake and it'll look absolutely gorgeous. So look forward to that.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Premium.
What did you do to that cake?
Okay, let
Did
me
you stand on it first? Did you throw it? You threw it on the ground. This looks like you're doing that.
I will tell you, man, like
Happy birthday to the ground.
I had never bought an ice cream cake in my adult life, and so which means I'd never actually cut one. So you take this thing out of the damn freezer, and you think like, hey, I'm gonna cut up this cake, and like, no, it's fucking rock solid. It's like cutting like a slab of concrete.
Yeah.
And this is what happens. If you're watching the video version, you can see it. I put this in like my Luigi mint cake video earlier in the summer, so maybe it's something else you can check out if you're into that.
Available now.
Available now, my cutting skills. So, all right. Well, that is going to bring us to our last award of the evening, which is our favorite game of the year. And this is going to be on an individual basis because I mean we've all played a lot of different things over the year, and I'm sure we all have opinions on what we really enjoyed the most out of the year. But this, unlike the top 5 games that you played this year, this has to be a 2024 release. So,
yeah.
Right then, JC, do you want to go first, man?
Yeah, as you probably noticed, I didn't play that many games this year. Well, in general, but definitely not ones that came out this year. So my nomination, well, no, my winner has to be Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, which I enjoyed quite a lot.
Sure.
It's not my favorite Zelda game. It's my favorite Zelda game this year. But so yeah, I mean, I do like a lot of things about it. I like, it's a unique take on Zelda. I like how they've integrated some aspects of the open world games, like the binding mechanic and just the general open world nature of it. Like you can go anywhere at any time, pretty much. And there are no kind of invisible barriers or people blocking your way, for the most part. And yeah, I think it's kind of like very cute that they've added things like the Lionels, these cute versions of the Lionels that exist in this game. It's kind of fun. And yeah, the story is like it's not really my thing. It's for kids, and I just felt myself mashing through the story for most of it. But yeah, the structure of it and everything is really interesting, and I like the echo mechanic. I think that's really cool idea. I can just like make literally any object in the game. You can just like make it.
Sure.
With certain restrictions, but like pretty much every enemy, for sure. Every enemy that you encounter, you can just make an echo of it and make them fight on your side. A lot of objects that you see, you just make them. You do find yourself reusing certain objects a lot because the things like the bed are just so useful because it can just get you up anywhere and
Right.
just bridge wherever you are. Later on you do get other objects which are similar and maybe better than the bed, but I just found myself going back to that bed so many times. It's kind of amazing. Plus you can heal yourself if you go to sleep in it.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
That's pretty solid.
It's Ganon is not the last boss. There's a original last boss, which is kind of cool. And I do like the Link's Awakening remake, and it's nice to see more of that. Like actually an original game based on that engine is it's kind of cool, and it's kind of a good blueprint or a good kind of mentality for Nintendo to use in the future. I mean, they've kind of done it already with Breath of the Wild and then Tears of the Kingdom, where it's like it's the same but like totally not. It's like a whole new game, just using the same engine, and then doing it with Link's Awakening, and then this one, it's a similar kind of thing. I mean, it looks similar, but it's a totally different game, totally different aspects, and the gameplay is totally different. Right. So I think that's a cool lesson to learn, and Nintendo should keep doing that and not just churning out the same thing again and again.
I mean, it's almost like, years ago, their 2D Mario was new Super Mario style for a long time, up until basically Wonder. So, they haven't really had another style for Zelda. It's always been kind of like unique per game, except for with a few exceptions and stuff like that. But I think, like you said, man, like the Link's Awakening remake, that's obviously kind of like a template for what this became, Echoes of Wisdom, and maybe it's something that they'll continue to use for as a graphical style in the future. Kind of like, I guess, for lack of better words, filler Zelda. Not that these games are like trash.
2D Zeldas. So do you even classify these as 2D Zeldas? I don't know.
I mean,
Zelda games, yeah. But I think there's something that if you think back to like the original Zelda game, they put it on the instruction manuals. That kind of like artwork is so aesthetically pleasing to a lot of gamers, that grew up in the 80s. And to kind of like, that style, like kind of chibi-fied, I kind of almost childlike kind of artistry it really suits Zelda.
Sure.
And so, you have your realistic Zelda games, the super hardcore, rock hard games like Tears of the Kingdom.
Rock hard.
But then, you have games like this, just a kind of cute, whimsical Zelda games. I like those as well. Yeah. So, yes, that's my game of 2024.
All right. I guess we'll pass it over to Ty.
Oh man, I'm still not 100% sure. Mm,
I'll give you a
okay,
hint. Street Fighter 6 came out last year.
Yeah.
There's a hint for you. Dead by
Well,
Daylight came out 17 years ago.
yeah, and I don't even like that game. I say as I log my 5,000th
Yeah.
hour.
Right.
Well, I was thinking Power World,
Mhm.
but
There you go.
Phasmophobia got like a console port this year that I've been looking forward to for a long time.
Mhm.
But it's still functionally the same game, and it's even crossplay with PC. Like, would that even count?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah,
Console version came out.
it has if it has a 2024 release, you could say that because we would
Yeah.
count it if it was on the Switch. So like,
There you go.
I'll allow it
Yeah.
if that's what you want to do.
Is it though?
Yeah, I don't know.
So it came out on Xbox this year.
Yeah, and PlayStation, and not Switch.
Right,
You
it's
fuck.
everything with Switch.
Right.
Hmm.
Would be nice though. It would be a good platform for it.
Sure.
Switch 2 coming soon.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I might just go with Power World because if Nintendo finds out, they'll be mad.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Copyright strike.
Nice.
Yes.
Just gonna
Exactly.
delete this episode now. Thanks.
Right.
Right.
Thanks,
Get
Dan.
it while you still can. Okay. Well,
There it is.
I guess that leaves me as the last man standing.
Star Wars baseball. Here it comes.
Hey, I mean, I will be honest. I really did enjoy what I played of Pro Yaku Spirits, or Pro Baseball Spirits 2024, 2025 on PS5. Like that made me think like this is what like next generation stuff should look like. Really fantastic looking, realistic sports games. Sports games usually tend to be the type of genre that can really kind of showcase hardware, at least early on. Then first parties and stuff get better at doing stuff. But as much as I like it, I do think my favorite game of the year is probably Nintendo World Championships. I like Star
Wow.
Wars Hunters from what I played, but that is not my game of the year. It's just one of those things where you kind of like, oh shit, I played 40 hours this month. What the hell was I doing? Like one of those. And then the next month I threw down like I think for the battle pass and played it for like 5 hours only. It's like, oh, there it is. Perfect. But yeah, with Nintendo World Championship, I think it just hit at kind of just a perfect time for me. Like in the summer, I was just getting ready to go on a trip for work. I even played some of it on the plane, which I usually spend my plane rides just looking at the seat in front of me or looking at other people's screens, not listen. Oh my God, I hate these long flights. But I was gaming. I was playing some Nintendo World Championships on the plane. I liked the competition stuff and how populated it was. Like when the game first came out, that was a lot of fun to be able to participate and see where you rank with that type of stuff. I really did enjoy unlocking almost everything in the game. At least all like little nicky knack things that you can get for like your profile and stuff, like little stamps and stuff like this. But I think there's only like maybe one aspect of the game that I didn't 100% clear. It's like the legendary thing where you have to do like the hardest challenge from every game, like in a row. And you're just trying to do it at a time. It's like, I just don't have the time to sit for maybe 2 hours straight playing something like this where I don't think you can pause it. So it's like, yeah, I can't do that.
The most important question, Danny, did you beat Fred Savage?
Yeah, of course I did.
Good. There you go.
Did I? No, but it was a fun game. I really wish Nintendo would do a little bit more with it. I mean, they still are doing the weekly challenges and stuff like that with different games. I wish they would release more games for it or something like that. Team up with some third parties, for crying out loud. Nintendo has agreements for like some of the NSO stuff. Maybe get some of that weird shit on there. I don't know. But anyways, if you're a fan of like retro stuff, man, I mean, it's definitely something worth checking out. If you're like James, it doesn't have like a connection to NES. It might be a little bit lost on you, but yeah, it's fun. So
nice.
And I'll go ahead and list off our patrons' top games of the year. And Lemonade, just a few guys submitted, and that's fine. And Lemonade submitted his. It was 1,000 times resist. Again, if I'm saying that name incorrectly, I'm sorry, man. It's not intentional. After that, again, Russ, World of Goo 2, which is cool. Balls, NSO releases, Nintendo Switch Online releases, like we talked about earlier in the show. I mean, I know he was playing a lot of stuff on there. Maybe not necessarily 2024, but okay, we'll let it pass if we keep it like ambiguous like that. And then yeah, James Allen, my guy, Nintendo World Championships NES edition for him as well. Cool.
There it is.
All right.
Woo!
Well, let's take it back to the boys one more time, and then we will close out the show here in just a second. Oh, yes. The boys are ready. Okay, here we go. All right, so that is actually going to do it for the Fammies 2024.
Wow. 2024. It's a wrap, guys.
It's a wrap.
How many episodes did we do this year, Danny?
24?
24 in 2024.
24 in 24. Hey, last year we did 23 because I missed
Amazing.
the episode in November. Whoa. So next year, there's going to be 25. No, there are not going to be 25 episodes next year.
I mean, 2026, there'll be 26. Yeah.
I do not.
Well, next year, it's going to be a big one, isn't it? I mean, new Nintendo consoles, always exciting.
Yeah.
The Fammies 2025 is going to be a lot different. I doubt. Well, I don't know. Do you think there'll be any Switch 1 games in our most played of the year next year? I don't know.
It all just depends on when the systems release. I mean, because that I think a big one is Xenoblade Chronicles X, and
yeah, Danny might put another 80 hours into that.
Maybe. I mean, looks cool. And
if Metroid Prime 4 is only on Switch 1, then that will be in my top 5 definitely. But if it's crossplay, then not crossplay. What do you call it? Cross generation.
Sure.
Then who knows? I might wait for the Switch 2 version. Maybe it's releases on the same day. Who knows?
Who knows?
It'll be
interesting.
nothing.
And we might know like more about this stuff like by the next time. Actually, yeah, I'm just mentioning this right here. The next episode of the Famicast, the first episode for 2025, is going to be, unless something happens, it's going to be Wednesday, January 8th, 2025, at our new start time, 9 p.m. Japan Standard Time, and then basically going every 2 weeks after that, unless there are like 5 Wednesdays in a month. So
episode 284 next year. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Ty, any closing thoughts on 2024?
Burn it to the ground
For games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look forward to some fun video games next year. We did get enough this year, but we got some banger updates at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yep.
Looking forward to playing the same 5 games for another 1,000 hours each.
Right, that's how that goes, especially for Ty. I know.
For Americans, I mean, next year will be shitty in some ways, but hopefully video games can make your life a little bit better.
Hope so too.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, just a couple of just before we sign off here, looks like Russ and some of the other guys did have closing comments. Like Russ had a little smiley face there at some point. And Lemonade confirmed. He said, yep, 1,000 times resist is correct. The Obichobi HD is in here with some hand and a ghost. Okay. Right back at you, man. And Mike is in here too. He says, bring on 2025 and the Switch 2, baby. We're right there with you, man. All right. For the Family crew and for the year, thank you guys so much for an awesome 2024. Here's the 2025. Hopefully the holidays treat you well. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, nice New Year, whatever the hell you celebrate. Have a good one. Watch Bad Santa. That's a good Christmas movie for the family.
Hey, Danny, can I say thank you to you for editing this show and keeping the YouTube channel afloat and doing everything that you do? I don't think anyone says it, so I'd like to say it on behalf of us all. Thank you, Danny.
No, I appreciate that.
Doing what you do. Keep doing it.
All right. Well, before we get too sappy, see you guys later.
I love you guys.
Bye.
Toodles.
Have a good one, guys.